Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Wednesday, November 13th, 2024. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Man, it is a bit nippy out this morning. I'll tell you, the election is now more than a week in our rearview mirrors. So why are Donald and Kamala still harassing me incessantly with text and email messages? It's really irritating. All right, we do have a bit of news, so shall we? The Maryland Transportation Authority has announced plans to replace the aging Chesapeake Bay Bridge with two new spans, aiming to alleviate traffic congestion between Anne Arundel County and the Eastern Shore. 6 alternatives are under consideration, all proposing expansions to 8 or 10 lanes and the eventual demolition of the existing structures. Public meetings are scheduled in December to gather community input, with a final decision expected by November of 2026. And get this, construction is anticipated to be completed in the 2030s, with estimated costs ranging from $7.3 to $8.4 billion. This is kind of interesting. Glen Burnie experienced an 11.82% population increase between 2022 and 2023, according to smartasset.com and the U.S. Census estimates. The growth amounting to over 8,400 new residents and bringing the total population to 79,598 ranks Glen Burnie as the third fastest growing area in the nation. Factors contributing to the surge include affordable housing and convenient access to major cities like Baltimore, Annapolis, and Washington. St. John's College in Annapolis has released an historical report examining the connections between its campus buildings and the institution of slavery. The study reveals that several structures, including McDowell Hall and Pinckney Hall, were constructed prior to Maryland's abolition of slavery in 1864, utilizing labor from crews that included enslaved African Americans. The college has opened up a public comment period until December 12th, inviting community feedback to inform future acknowledgments of this aspect of its history. The report is really very, very interesting and a really cool look into the history of that campus. Comedian Paul Mecurio is set to perform his interactive show Permission to Speak at Maryland Hall on November 23rd. This lets audience members share their personal stories on stage, fostering connections through humor and shared experiences. We find out that we're a lot more alike than we think. Tickets are available through ramsheadonstage.com or marylandhall.org. And we dropped a bonus pod with Paul yesterday, and I'll tell you, he is hysterical. I've done a couple with him, and he cracks me up every single time. This will be a great show. I do have a bunch of tickets for myself. I've got a pair to give away if you would like them, so get in touch with me. And for a taste, be sure to give that podcast a listen. Up this Saturday on the Local Business Spotlight, we're going to be chatting with a geek. Chris Barber is the chief nerd at Cheaper Than a Geek. And if you are a small to medium-sized business with computers, by my definition, not the SBA's, this is the episode for you. And by now, you do know the drill. Please let your friends, neighbors, and colleagues all know about our daily news recap email. It's free. It comes to your inbox every night at 7 p.m. and it'll keep you up to speed on all the top local news stories. And it's paywall free. Okay, let's put this puppy to bed with a quick thank you to you and also to our sponsors for the Daily News Brief. Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, Hospice of the Chesapeake, and Macmedics. So now you need to hang tight because George Young from DCMDVA Weather is standing by with the only locally forecasted weather report you should care about, and Bridget, also known as BeeprBuzz, is here with Annapolis After Dark. All that's coming up for you in just a bit, so stick around.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Is all this talk of inflation making you uneasy? Me too, especially the uncertainty. How bad will it eat into my future purchasing power? Well, don't feel helpless because solar energy can give you some financial control. By installing and owning your solar system, you can lock out electricity cost inflation by locking in your electricity price for more than 25 years. Many of our inflation-fighting clean energy systems offset 100% of the annual electricity demands. Customers frequently add electric vehicle charging and backup batteries to their solar projects, providing them inexpensive auto fuel and additional energy security for the home. Freeze energy inflation in its tracks by committing to affordable, clean solar energy. Call us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. But don't wait another minute. Sunshine's a wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Wednesday, November 13th. It's a cold start out there this morning across the Annapolis region, and it will remain chilly in the afternoon hours today through Friday, ahead of a nice weekend. Look for mostly sunny skies today with highs in the low to mid-50s, with more mid-50s expected tomorrow despite cloudy skies and a chance for some rain showers, primarily in the PM hours. From there, Friday will bring mixed skies and temps in the upper 50s to lower 60s for most spots in the region, ahead of a weekend with sunshine and low to mid-60s for highs both Saturday and Sunday. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow DCMDVA weather on Facebook and X for updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info, so you can always stay weather informed.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
The music scene in Anne Arundel County is popping, and sometimes it's hard to sort through it all. From blues to pop, from funk to ska, BeeprBuzz has it all covered for you in this week's Annapolis After Dark.
Good morning, Annapolis. BeeprBuzz here with your Annapolis After Dark weekend music highlights for Wednesday, November 13th through Sunday, November 17th. Go to the socials for Annapolis Streaming and BeeprBuzz, and also all three websites for the full schedule. We update the Facebook posts and all three websites with changes and cancellations so you know before you go. AnnapolisStreaming.com, AnnapolisMusic.us, and BeeprBuzz.com. Live music for today, Wednesday. Start with Hippie Happy Hour with Dave Chappell and Friends at 49 West, or with Brant Austin Dunn over at Reynolds Tavern, or with Ryan Cozell at Middleton Tavern. Also today, the Songbird Collective Showcase at 49 West with Callie Burns. The Wet Cowboys are going to be at Eastport Democratic Club, but you must be a member or a guest of a member to attend. Justin LaFave will be at Dark Horse. Loose Change will be down at Pirates Cove in Galesville. And under my other things to do listed at the bottom of each day, George Evans will be hosting Open Mic Night up at Severna Park Tap House. And there's going to be Star Wars trivia up at Firm Brewing in the Crofton Gambrels area. Thursday, get to the point for Brian Ewald. Or start with Happy Hour with Nate Finn up at Twain's Tavern in the Severna Park, Pasadena area. In Annapolis, the Annapolis Roundup will be at 49 West with Callie Burns. The Earthlings with Greg Schroeder will be at Dark Horse. And up in Medina, Jesse Marie will be with Joey Mitchell at the Rumor Meal. Weekend music. Fridays start with Happy Hour at Blackwall Hitch in Annapolis with Dana B. Casey McConville will be at Great Frogs off of the Forest Drive corridor. Kevin Pollock will be without Doghouse Blue, playing a solo gig at the Annapolis Elks Lodge for their annual chili cook-off. Nate Finn will be at Ram's Head Tavern on West Street playing for the late night crowd. And Honey Soul will be rocking Middleton Tavern. Michael Waskey will be over at Langways in the Crofton area. Wheelhouse Rock Band will be rocking Romulo's up in Severna Park Friday night. Up in Medina, Ben Trio will be at the Rumor Real in Pasadena. And over on the shore, Sweet Lita, the 8 OHM's band, and Big Slop will be at Cult Classic. And under my other things to do, listed at the bottom of each day, karaoke at Caliente Grill. Saturday, there is a benefit concert at Eastport Democratic Club, open to the public, and it's by Brian Fitzsimmons. Music starts at the crack o' noon, just like everything does in Eastport, with music by Moran Tripp Duo, Dana Denise, Moon Cherry, Scribe, and an all-star jam. This benefits the Laney James Foundation for Pediatric Stroke, and it's a fundraiser to help buy adaptive equipment for disabled children. Also on Saturday, Ben Heemstraw of Ben will be solo at Cooper's Tavern in Edgewater. Rock Creek Revival will be at Firm Brewing up in the Crofton Gambrels area. The Grilled Lincolns will be at Mother's in Arnold. Rickshaw Lizard will be at Blackwall Hitch in Annapolis. DJ Veritas will be at the Chart House in Eastport. Timberwolves will be at Dark Horse. The Will Hill Band is back at Stan & Joe's on West Street. Bob Quinlan will be at Szechuan Inn in Severna Park. Up in Medina, Red Betty and the Ruckus will be at Rumor Rio in Pasadena. And over on the shore, Sparks and McCoy will be at Rams Head Shore House, and Michael Waskey will be at Bridges. Sunday, Christopher Baldwin from The Bard and the Bird will be at Galway Bay. And West Street Revival Band will be at Stan & Joe's on West Street. Remember, these are just the highlights. Find the full schedule of music for all of Annapolis and the surrounding areas on the Annapolis Streaming Facebook event and on the websites AnnapolisStreaming.com, AnnapolisMusic.us, and BeeprBuzz.com, spelled BeeprBuzz. Add the websites to the homepage on your cell phone to make them an app. Then it's just 2 clicks to the music anytime. I'll see you out there.
Have you ever had to wait to get an appointment at the Apple Store? Skip the wait and the line at the mall by visiting Mac Medics in Severna Park or Lanham, where appointments are not necessary. Mac Medics is an Apple-authorized premium service provider. Mac Medics services all Apple devices, including broken iPhone screens and batteries, and all without an appointment. Most iPhone repairs are complete the same day and usually within a few hours. Mac Medics is also an Apple-authorized reseller and sell Apple products at the same price as the Apple Store. Visit Mac Medics in Severna Park or Lanham for Apple-authorized sales and service and shop local. Don't wait for help. Call Mac Medics at 410-757-MAX, which is 410-757-6227. It's 410-757-6227. Or visit them online at macmedics.com. You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.